Auxiliary workers in Braeton Primary and Infant School in Portmore St. Catherine say they are still without answers months after raising concerns about inconsistent salaries. The workers had previously complained about delayed payments and in some instances receiving less than the sums owed to them. At the time, they warned that industrial action was possible if the matter was not urgently addressed. Now, months later, the employees say the issue remains unresolved. One worker told our news team that salary inconsistencies have continued, describing the situation as frustrating and disheartening.
The same would be happening even today, because today when I checked the ATM, when I'm supposed to get 33,000, I got 16,500, and that 16,500 I can't take care of bills nor children. And I think ministry need to rectify these things. It can't continue to happen over and over again.
We can't even buy our shoes because I'm not getting the pay. I'm not getting the pay for buy what I'm supposed to buy. And every time we go on ministry, when the principal call ministry, because we don't have an issue with the principal nor the bursar inside there. Where problem lies with Region 6 and Region 1.
To other news, Deputy Chief Public Health Inspector for St. Catherine, Denise Douglas, is seeking the local authorities' help to shutter a slaughterhouse that's in breach of public health guidelines. She made the disclosure at the monthly St. Catherine Municipal Corporation meeting on Thursday.
Upon receipt of a complaint, the slaughterhouse was assessed on January 15th and February 10th, and the department was extremely dissatisfied. It was found to be operating in contravention of the Public Health Act and regulations made thereunder. The inspectional findings indicate that the entity poses a public health risk to the community.
But councillors questioned why public health legislation could not have been used to secure the establishment's closure.
The butchers would submit their applications for license to the local board. Now, as you're aware, the medical officer of health would have issued them with a closure notice. So what it is that we are asking the corporation to do is to suspend the license.
And it's time for a break. Stay with us, more stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. It's now time for the Business Minute.
United Oil and Gas says it has completed the first stage of a major offshore survey program on its Walton Morant license in Jamaica, marking a key milestone in its exploration work. The company announced that the multi-beam echosounder survey collected high-quality seabed data across nearly 1,200 kilometers of priority areas offshore. The information will be used to guide the next phase of the exploration for oil, including heat flow testing and targeted seabed sampling. Further afield, a pioneering black-owned newspaper in the Pacific Northwest has shut down after 5 decades. Founded in 1975, the Scanner became the voice for Portland, Oregon's black community, documenting civil rights struggles. The paper's owners are credited with the effort to rename Portland's Union Boulevard in honor of Martin Luther King Jr. The publication released its final digital edition in January. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm Prince Moore.
Time now for the top regional and international stories.
In the region, Prime Minister of Bahamas, Philip Davis, says 3 new power stations planned for Andros will provide a modern, reliable electricity supply to support growth on the island. He made the comments at a signing ceremony for a power purchase agreement between Bahamas Power and Light and a Bahamian-owned energy company aimed at reducing outages and improving service for residents and businesses. On the international scene, Russia strikes Ukraine ahead of a 3rd round of peace talks. Footage shows rescue crews attempting to put out fires from an aerial attack which impacted residential buildings in Odessa. The attack took place overnight, and it is unclear what time the footage was recorded. This as the US, Russia, and Ukraine resume talks today. And those were the top regional and international stories. I'm Aliyah Bryant.
It could have been worse, the parting words of workmen who departed Jamaica after over 3 months of repairing the energy grid. So far, 97% of JPS customers have been returned to the grid, while just under 17,000 customers are to be reconnected. But the linemen from US and Canada argue that number could have been a lot higher for a lot longer if the authorities had failed to plan for the disaster.
Like no other that not only the public witnessed, but the utility itself, JPS. So they've done a great job. They really have. They prepared before the storm, and that helped them a lot. And they continue to work tirelessly every day to restore their customers.
And people should know, if GPS had not prepared in advance and had not sourced all the materials, it would have been a lot worse. Because you can have all of us here, but if you don't have the material, you can't do anything. So they had the foresight after Beryl to get a good stockpile of material that allowed the work to get done. So that was foresight.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has described the passing of U.S. civil rights legend Reverend Jesse Jackson as a significant moment in history, adding that humanity owes him a debt of gratitude. Reverend Jackson died today at the age of 84. A statement from his family said he was a servant leader, not only to his family, but to the oppressed, the voiceless, and the overlooked around the world. Dr. Holness says Reverend Jackson's activism, which centered on championing economic, racial, and social justice and empowering Black, minority, and working-class people, including voters, had global impact and will resonate for centuries to come. The St. Catherine North Criminal Investigation Branch has charged 3 men with the murder of Damian Dunn. Mr. Dunn was a teacher and a construction consultant. He was reportedly ambushed and shot in Gordontown, Spanish Town. Those charged are Javon Swimmer, otherwise called Razor, Wilder Edwards, otherwise called Rolex, both of License St. Thomas, and Tyreek Fennell, otherwise called Six, of Palmer's Cross, Clarendon. They have also been jointly charged with conspiracy to murder, being a member of a criminal organization, possession of a prohibited weapon, and using a prohibited weapon to commit an offense. Thank you, Aliyah. We now head to our final break, but when we come back, we'll have your midday sports report.